Also remembers those are the two.
This is like a series
yes,
almost.
a series, exactly. So it's also with time, with passing, and you know.
Now, for example, was this an example of maybe something that you worked on for a while, stepped back and went back to?
Yeah, I did. I mean, depending on my, you know, I'm actually also an educator, so I'm really full-time teaching art.
I hope it was art that you were teaching.
Yes, exactly.
Biology. Yes,
so that's my also passion in life. But I need also this reflecting, you know, and my students also give me some inspiration.
What age level, grade level, or is it just random?
From kindergarten till like middle school.
That's fantastic. It's glad that people are getting a chance to experience you. Now, you got it some more, but this is another one of my favorite ones too.
Yes, that's actually a lot of people are.
A lot of people like this one too.
Yes.
Let's see. This is called Pond in the Spring. Why? What am I looking at?
So you're looking at, actually, as I said, I mentioned that I use some of the things from previous works. So this is also from one of my works that is like fish are kind of ready to be fed. They're kind of hungry, and that's what happens in
as soon as you said that, this now makes some sense to me right here. This corner of fish getting ready to be fed. Is this again oil, acrylic? What am I looking at?
That's acrylic. Everything is acrylic.
Everything is acrylic. Okay.
So, and I like to kind of also add some other elements, like, you know, I'm looking. This is like a really antique piece of.
Yes, as a matter of fact, wait, there's a postcard there. Yes. Where did I see that? Come on down over here. And folks, we're just going to scan by a couple of these. But speaking of that, I love the combination of objects. This is another collage, I would imagine. And I remember some of these folks, anybody that used to collect stamps in your old days.
That's it.
What made you get into using stamps? It's a great concept.
It's, first of all, that's actually my mother's little kind of a gift to me. She likes this.
Does she collect stamps?
She collects, but not in the sense that she's collecting, because she just enjoys. She's also an artist, so so
that's where it came from, Mom. Your DNA is part of it.
I guess so. It's like both ways, you know, good and bad. Like you wanna.
You know, I understand that.
So she was very as a person she's very strong, has personality as a person, as an artist also, and she was affecting me in both ways. I wanted to always kind of like get away from her.
How come you use the little mirrors often? Is that a trademark?
This is actually latest that was kind of.
I've seen it on a couple of different pieces already.
Yes, because I was doing it kind of like as a series. So as I said, I like to do things in a matter of series.
Well, I think this is actually really fabulous. How do you feel with people looking at your work?
I like to see their reactions, obviously, and not only that, it's also there. You see, as when you're looking, and when I'm looking at my work, even if it's after it's done, I'm totally different when I'm creating it. When I step back and when it's done, it's totally different feeling. Like it's you kind of like you did your job.
Right.
And now this is like its own entity, and now it will kind of have its own life.
But you've told me sometimes that feeling changes, doesn't it?
Does.
And then that's maybe a time when you might go back to do something.
That's right. So even like when I was creating it, I will never be able to recreate that moment when I was doing it. So I cannot really tell you exactly how I felt, or because it's just it's impossible. Because the moment I'm creating something, or when I'm doing and why I'm doing this, I cannot really explain to you later on, because I'm not in that moment.
You seem to be doing a good job of it now. You're explaining it to me after the work is done.
But at least, I'm explaining how I feel.
When people see your work, they ask you questions about technique, style, and sometimes where the ideas come from. That's the thing I wanted to do. I don't always have people get a chance to meet the artist. And sometimes when they see the work, they get one interpretation of it. But there's always more to it than that. So getting a chance to hear you explain some of it, how it goes, I think it's fascinating. There's one right over there that's very colorful. Can we take a walk over there for a second? See this gentleman right over here? He's going to take over my job in 15 years. Okay. The colors I like about this and the design. Tell me about this one. Let's get the name here. Reflections in the Garden. Tell me about this.
So first of all,
Get a little closer.
Okay. Those I was playing with a lot of here textures. I mean, really, it's when you feel it, it's
I can see it's raised.
And also I tried to. This was maybe not my first piece with the glass, and I wanted to kind of add another dimension not just having a paint and making it like look textural, but another dimension of putting other elements and other materials, which I actually will not stop. I think this is just the beginning.
Obviously, each one of these little guys is a raised. Is that paint? Or
No,
those chips?
those are...
No, these guys.
Yes, this is
That's
all...
paint.
That's paint, yeah. I had like a...
How hard was that to do, to make that come up like that, each one of those? I mean, you got a million of them here.
Yeah, but because I used a specific element tool. Yeah, so it's kind of bringing it up.
Now, here we have little tiny mirrors, but you have them mixed in with little squares of something else. What are those other squares?
It's like a mosaic pieces.
Mosaic pieces, okay.
Yeah. I actually do. I'm also. I grew up in a artistic home that was very like
artistic?
Yes.
Multifaceted of sorts? No?
Yeah, like my mother was also interested in many, many different things. So one of the things that she professional was doing is ceramics, sculptures and everything. So I also grew up doing that, and I'm actually coming back. I'm now, because in school we have I'm teaching also ceramics, and I'm doing myself, started like going back to when I was like 12, 13, when I actually learned first to work on a pottery wheel, and I'm going back to that. So I kind of like want also to try to kind of incorporate that passion for ceramics into painting, which will be like more really tridimensional.
Bigger challenge also. Come on over here. There's something over here that I really like too. And I think this might be a good illustration again of some more collage work.
That's right.
Homage to Prague. Homage to Prague.
Yeah, homage to Prague. So this is because Prague is really.
You grew up there? Is that...
No, but I
went to school there.
Very big connections to Prague. Actually, my parents live now in Prague.
Okay.
Going back in '60s, my mother came from Russia to Prague, and my brother was born in Prague. So we had always connection to Prague.
Tell me what I'm looking at here. Give me some feedback. I see.
So this is actually kind of part of a series. Those are my photographs that I kind of incorporated in this composition. That has again this is image also from a print over there. That's a woodcut. It's a lino cut. This is also from another one. This is a scene from a Jewish cemetery that actually Franz Kafka was buried in this cemetery. So so this is another like dimension of kind of going back to, as I said, reflections are really connected to so many places that I've been, and I did a lot of.
And look, you have stamps here, folks. Look,
That's right. Those are all like actually Czech stamps.
No, I was a stamp collector when I was a kid. I think that's fabulous. Now, you mentioned there's something on this side, one thing on this side?
That's right. That's actually connected to this.
I'm going to follow you around. Let's see if I can see it.
Another,
Where is it?
Another thing that is connected with Prague, because it's with Golem, but it's not a Golem. This was also another exhibit that I kind of attempted to
You're calling this one Liberty and Truth.
Because it was a connection between like New York and Prague. So Emet is like a Hebrew word for truth, and it's also in a Golem, the story of Golem in Prague, and he had this word. That's how he became alive. And then the rays are connected to liberty.
To liberty.
So that's how this came about.
This is fascinating. You know, I'll tell you what. There's one more over here.
Sure. And this is also this is the piece that actually you saw on that one. If you seen that, was just a cutout. Yes.
See that vibe
so this is also like a night over Prague
Night
Ghetto.
over Prague Ghetto.
Yeah. So.
And I'm seeing most of the dates on here are 213, 214. They're relatively recent.
Yes. This. Yes.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I kind of kept update a little bit, and this is the one piece that is also connected to Prague, which is like a clock that is a special. It's in a town hall in Prague.
Jewish clock in Prague.
Yeah,
Does it run at normal speed? Does it run faster?
This one runs okay.
Now watch for all the names here. What do we got here?
Those are the letters. Those are the
letters. No, I mean the names.
Jewish clock.
You put the title on.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got time for one more, and there's one more colorful one down over here. This be a nice one to end with. Why don't you walk right in front of me?
Okay.
And stand on that side of it.
Okay.
By the way, hang on for one second. You getting some good shots?
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Okay. All right. Sunken treasure. I think this might be a good one to end with. And there's a lot going on here. Talk to me about it.
So this is also attempting, to make a underworld, and see things that are happening. I mean, you can discover so many stuff under.
So
and
the
also,
vibe
again,
is that we're supposed to be sort of like underwater in a sense here?
Yes. So it's a connection of, there is a Venetian, gondola, and then you have